Oh, right, guys. Well, I wanted to put my 2 cents in on the everything that's going on in 2020. Damn, Armageddon. Damn. This is the soft core version too. The soft core Armageddon. Damn. Anyway, the whole George Floyd thing. Man, I went to one of those protests, and the protests are worse than the freaking rioters, man. I swear. Like, they cause the problems. They are the problem. They think they can bring change by blocking off traffic. Like, busy roads, too. Like, they find the busiest roads, and then they block them off and slice tires and yell at people, make women cry, destroy their cars, run people over, disrupt the flow of just already disrupted flow of business. And it was kind of a completely pointless, other than running around chanting that they want no justice, they want no peace. What else they're saying? They're saying Black Lives Matter. They can't breathe. And they repeated George Floyd's name a lot. So that's what they accomplished at the protest, and I recorded it all, and it was absolutely absurd. Especially that poor lady got her tire slashed. I mean, I don't think she deserved that for trying to, travel unmolested. So, but whatever. I mean, the reason George Floyd died was, well, one, these cops they're adrenaline junkies. They get this adrenaline rush, and then they have to get it again. And they have to get it again, and then soon enough, like the day will go by where they don't get that adrenaline, so they have to create their own. And then time and time goes on when they start making like $125,000 a year. That's when they turn every situation, and they escalate it, and now they're like the supervisor, so you call for the supervisor and you get that asshole. The reason George Floyd died was because someone asked them to take their knee off his neck so he could breathe. That's why he died, because someone asked the cop to do something. They wake up in the morning and go to sleep at night knowing that they have the authority over everybody else. When it's vice versa, they work for us, we have the authority over them. And that's why every interaction I have with a cop, I treat it as such, as much as possible, that I am the authority. Unless I know I am breaking the law, if they can articulate the law. But they don't care about the law. Their nepotism, their blue line gang, and it's the truth. Now this cat, James Madison, he goes to police stations where people have issues with, like they can't get a complaint form about a cop or to make, or they're having issues. So he went here to get a complaint form, and this is what he's greeted with. This is how I was pretty much treated too.
You arrested me right in the middle of my statement here, so I'm waiting for this complaint form. I'm gonna put
just listen
Schmidt
here
on it on the complaint form if he's not a good guy.
And James Madison is the nicest guy ever.
Thank you again.
So nice.
Okay, they can do what they're doing.
Love his sarcasm.
They can't video.
His flippant behavior already.
Anything that has security. This lobby's fine. I'm not sure about the jail. Jail just told me there's security in there. I haven't done anything. And I know there's security there.
So this lady knows the business.
Can you believe we had a captain and a deputy over there, and they called? No, sir. I'm gonna stay right here.
Come over here.
So they had a captain and a deputy.
Trying to get a complaint form.
Am I being detained?
That's fine. Come over here.
Am I being
and talk to me
detained?
for a minute.
Am I being detained?
I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Okay. Is there a criminal offense that you suspect me of?
Listen to me.
This lady over here just
Uh-oh.
told you your job. Okay.
Come outside and
No,
let's
sir.
talk to me.
I'm waiting for a complaint form, and that's it.
You can get a complaint form.
Ma'am, if you could just calm this guy down. Thank you. Just wait for her. That's what I would do, deputy. Wait for her. She has more sense, okay?
Listen, man. Stop.
I'm stopping.
I'm trying to talk to you.
Okay.
You are being confronted.
No.
Let's go outside so I can talk to you.
The first thing,
They will bring you.
901-151.
Stop.
901-151 statute. You know what
Stop!
that is? Read it, sir.
Stop.
Creating a disturbance, are we?
Pay
Ooh.
attention.
Just a supervisor. That's all I need.
He's not
And
paying
that's fine.
attention.
We're going to get one, but first you're going to come out here so we can talk.
Deputy Schmidt, I just need a supervisor. Ma'am,
The supervisor's on the way. I'm not playing this game, man.
It's a game. Your rights are a game.
Just a minute. Because what they're doing, I'm the records director, I haven't met you yet. But what they're doing
Is what?
perfectly legal.
She already told you
But I'm
that.
trying to talk to them.
She already
They're
told you.
being obviously confronted.
we can hear you. There's no one else in here.
Okay, but I need to get out here because I need to talk to my supervisor.
No, I just-
Do you understand that? So, when I'm out here, I would like to have you in sight with me.
We're here in sight. We have witnesses here. They
When
can
I
stay
go out to
here.
my car, it won't be there.
Thank you so much. Man, do you mind if you stay with me? I'm afraid. I have a 5-year-old daughter and a
outside.
1-year-old. I do not want to be shot
You got
and
your
killed, sir.
complaint form,
Look at
it's
me.
time
I
to
am
go.
shaking right now. I don't want
It's
to do
time
this.
to go.
I don't want to do this. I have another records request. I have another
Now you're
records
making a
request.
scene in a public building. Get outside.
He was screaming. Oh, he's making a scene in a public building.
Thank you.
He got his request and he would have been on his merry
What
way.
was your name, ma'am, so I can get that?
Mary Fender.
Ma'am, I am going to file a complaint, and I want to let you know this is unacceptable. There's Smith versus City of Cummins that is part of he hasn't said anything. He can stay in here, I would imagine. Why does he have to leave?
Well, you with him? No?
Nope.
Okay, bye. Come on over here.
Sir, I feel like I want to stay here. If I go any further, that 901-151 calls this a detention. Am I being detained? I just have to ask that question, Deputy Smith. Am I being detained?
I said about to.
Okay,
You're
have a
about
good day,
to.
sir.
About to be detained for trying to get a complaint form on a cop, to make on a cop.
Deputy Schmidt.
So when these cops, they're beating the street, they're looking for that drug, man, and it's not cocaine, it's not heroin, it's ruining. It's their drug of choice is ruining people's lives. It's being arrested for resisting arrest because they stopped and wanted to ID you and see who you were for no reason. They had no reason. You were walking down the street. And then someone who usually doesn't even identify themselves first, they just walk up. Like 50% of the time, they follow their policy of identifying themselves. I mean, this is what you expect when dealing with the cops, and this is what you have to do to make change. Blocking off traffic and creating a need for more douchebags like this douchebag from I don't know what county it was.
Out of.
He ain't gonna get in his car. He's gonna sit there. Watch. He's gonna sit there, making a stand. Watch.
Wow.
Look, this is what they do. They are the authority. You cannot tell them what to do. You
I know.
are below their boot. You they don't even consider
It's taken care of right now.
that you work for them. Oh,
Like an administrator besides that captain in here.
That's what I'm working on right
Yeah,
now.
this is captain.
That's what I'm working on right now.
so that cop just created more problems, escalated it. Now another member, a co-worker has to deal with him, and the cop is gonna not leave. He's just gonna sit there threatening him.
New ones.
You're about to be detained. You're about to be detained. You're about to be
I feel
detained.
safe in here with people in here.
Douchebags. Sorry. That guy's gonna just sit there filming them. So, a lot of these First Amendment auditors they're kind of douchebags. A lot of them will use their, freedom of speech, so they're very loose with their tongue, which I don't agree with, and I think in certain situations I would almost match what I'm getting back is how I would do it. I would never go above and beyond, but some of these people go way above and beyond. And I think these people are in the same situation as the cops, where they're chasing that adrenaline junkies. So some of these First Amendment auditors are in the same boat as these cops. Well, you got people like James Madison. You got a couple more who are just very cool. There's actually a lot of them that are very good. And these are the people that instill change. Because when you cite a police officer and they keep getting complaints, they don't become the supervisor that comes in and is supposed to de-escalate the situation, but instead has to escalate the situation. You know what I'm saying, man? So the idea has to be about getting the complaints in, making sure the tyrants are under check, and just education is the biggest part of it. And that's why I can't do this, because I don't feel I can ever have a grasp on the law, because once you're in the system, you're fucked. You just want out. You just won out. So, and that's how I am with it. But running around the streets, getting run over by semis will not instill change. It will just create a bigger need for cops, a bigger need for control. And, I get it. It was bad timing. The pools are closed, the sports are canceled, everything sucks. Most of these people are kids. Shit, some are children, some are really young. Young adults that are looting and stuff. And, I don't know. It's just like April 29th, 1992. I mean, there were riots on the streets, and where were you? He was looting a guitar, and then we got Sublime. He got a PA system, and it was alright. A lot of the hip-hop culture seemed to be, these rioters, it probably couldn't have been worse timing, or it probably couldn't have been better timing. I don't know. There's going to be a lot of jobs created, besides all the just volunteer work cleaning the trash and stuff up that they left behind. Thank God our streets weren't that bad because everybody decided to go out and, I'll explain that later. But they did create jobs. They did have kind of a boost in the economy. Hopefully some of these people got some good shit and will do something with it. I don't know. Start a DJ business or something. But it looks like they ransacked Target and places like that. And they're cruising Teslas around the freaking mall or what. I don't even know. It was so much dumb stuff. I saw some guys stole some armored vehicles, like damn near tanks, man. Cruising them around. Donkeys being stolen from the zoo. Just dumb stuff. That's dumb stuff, man. Like, I would have been smart when the police freaking tried to hack the freaking accounts or something. Give everybody, give some forgiveness in this country instead of just keeping records on everybody. And I think the whole system's flawed. One, if you steal something, you should have to pay it back to the person. And I think you should pay it back fourfold, because that's kind of what the Bible says, because it doesn't benefit you paying it back to the government. They're the only ones making money, and everybody else is on a freaking loss. That's how it seems to me, especially petty theft. And that's like, I don't know, usually amongst the poor people, just stealing from amongst the poor. Because all my shit fucking gets stolen. Anything that ain't nailed down outside is getting stolen. So, now this guy James Madison's going to have to figure out how to get this cop out of the parking lot so he can leave and be, feel like he can travel unmolested, like the Constitution says. So there's a lot of rights being violated here. Well, he didn't necessarily stop him, but he could really be tone it down a notch. I mean, right from the beginning, escalation. Here we have James Freeman, who I believe he kind of talks, that method I was talking about where you kind of match the cops. He's kind of lost that a little bit, I'll admit it, but he's a really good auditor. He's more into cop blocking. But see, this police prank was performing some sort of DUI check, and they were just stopping every single car and looking in every single car straight down the line. So James Freeman, he's kind of a nut job. Not really. He's a good guy. He's not a nut job at all. He's just, the things he does, you just scratch your head. So he went to that police precinct, walked around, filmed. He was kind of filming this guy. Was back over. He was filming him when he was filming the cop car. So this is the interaction.
All day? Or have you been out and about a little bit?
What is
This is what happens when you
I'm
act.
asking the questions.
Yeah.
Where have you been today? Have you been here?
I'm asking the questions. You're on this property. You're on this property, so you need to answer my questions.
Are you drunk?
You shut up and get out.
The thin blue line like it's your...
Anyway, does he go through the whole thing? Let me find the spot. Boom, boom. This is when the interaction starts. He was just walking around filming.
Are you with somebody in particular? Or?
Just me.
I'm just watching you take pictures of our parking lot. What's this about?
Is that a problem?
Yeah, this is a police law enforcement parking lot. That is a problem.
Oh. Who are you?
I'm Detective Mike Jardine.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
What are you working on? What are you working on right now?
Several cases.
Okay.
What is this about?
Are you working on something right now?
Am I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
All right. What are you working on? What are you working on?
It doesn't matter what I'm working on. I'm asking.
Oh, it doesn't
what
matter.
Are you doing here taking pictures?
Where have you been today? Have you been here all day?
It's the
Or
same
have you been
questions
out
they
and about a
ask
little
you.
bit?
Same damn questions.
What is this about? Who are you?
I'm asking the questions.
Yeah.
Where have you been today?
He's like, no.
have you been here?
I'm asking the questions.
Wait,
You're
no.
on
You work for
this
us.
property.
You work for
you're
us.
on this property, so you need to answer my questions.
Are you drunk?
Sounds
Why are you
drunk.
slurring your words today?
That's the same thing they
So
do to
have
you.
Have you been here all day, or have you been out? Have you been to the bar today at all?
That's a silly, stupid question.
Who are you?
Have you been to the bar today?
Who are you?
I'm an investigator,
Investigator for who?
investigative journalist.
For who?
I investigate corrupt officials.
And James Freeman
So
does
I'm
do
wondering,
that.
where have you been today? Have you been here all day, or have you been out at the bar at all?
Working
think
on a
Bao
case, that's
Okay.
where I'm at.
This is
Okay.
another
Have
guy
you
he
been
runs
to the bar
with.
at all today? Okay.
He got some
got any
judge
drugs on you?
arrested. Or
Have
no,
you used any
he
drugs
got some
today?
judge to
What a
attack him.
ridiculous question.
That's
It was
not a
awesome.
ridiculous question.
It was a traffic worthy.
So he's going around filming the whole parking lot area here.
Let's escalate the situation.
He's an investigative journalist. I don't know what he's doing here. Did you have an appointment to be here? Or?
Like I said, have you been here all day, or do you know where he's been today?
I don't. I don't keep tabs on him.
Okay.
On the about.
Do you know what time his shift started?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay. Does he usually drink on the job, or no? Not that anybody knows of for sure. Have you guys ever breathalyzed him while he's been on the job? Would you submit to a breathalyzer for me right now?
You're ridiculous. You know that?
What's your
You've
name?
got about 5 minutes to get out of here right now.
Or what?
You got 5 minutes, or right
what?
now.
You're on.
Dude, this cop even sounds drunk. You got about 5 minutes to get out of here right now. And that's the stupid stuff people say like all the time. And some crackhead down the road, someone called the cops on her. Well, I guess someone that lived there called the cops on her because she's screaming at him like, "You called 911 on me." I just died, and my wife kind of like, she died too. It was so funny. It was so funny.
My property.
This isn't your.
Yeah, it is.
Shut the hell up.
That is
Get
our
out of here
property.
now.
What'd you say?
I said, shut up and get out.
No,
of here.
you get out of here now.
Hey, you better get your boy.
Get your
Get
hand
butt
off your
back in your
gun.
office and do
shut
your
up.
job.
You
Looks like
shut
it's-
up. And get
You
out
get
of
your
here.
butt back in your office and do your job.
No. No.
You quit drinking on the job. You understand me?
Whatever.
You punk ass.
It gets pretty real after that, but you kind of get the idea. And that would keep someone in check too. It really would, because you don't want to deal, when someone can exert their rights and walk away, and then you look like that, and you're on film. This is why cops don't like you being on film. They don't like being filmed. They pretend they do, but they pretend like they don't mind, and then all of a sudden they're whipping out their cell phone and cam backing you, trying to be a jerk. Even though they have freaking body cams. The funny thing is, if any government official does that to you, you can FOIA request their personal equipment because they were using it on the clock, and they're usually filming you, so you can FOIA request their phone information, and that would suck to have your phone tied up. I mean, just that alone would suck, and then the fact that they have video proof of them using their phone, like they can't deny that FOIA request at all, like. You would get that phone at some point. So, but that happens so much. You gotta film the cops, y'all. Screw the protests. Screw the rioting. And definitely gotta fix the cops. Gotta fix the cops.